All right, it is December 16, 2021. We have the producer inflation number. Basically, the wholesale prices came out at 9.6%. We know it's probably higher than that. It's probably 13, maybe even higher. You're not surprised by this. This is the highest ever in the United States, ever. And I don't think it's getting any better, to be honest with you. I haven't heard one policy out of the White House yet that would suggest otherwise. But miracles are possible, so it could happen, and I hope it does. But I doubt it. I've been talking about the inflation of the things that you need, and very possible deflation of the things that you own. That hasn't happened yet for the deflation part. Things that you own, like real estate, your home. You're looking at things that you need, which is energy and food. That is just in basically hockey stick. Visualize hockey stick. It was kind of flat for a little bit, and then just parabolic move in prices of food and energy. But again, if you follow this video blog, you are not caught off guard by any of this. You were prepared mentally and financially, and most importantly, you understand this whole thing that's going on with the health event. It's a reset of everything. It's spiritual reset. It's basically communism, and I talked about that on my previous videos. Take a listen when you get a chance. They're all short, I believe, to the point, and let me know what you think. So we had that number came out just recently, if you haven't caught up with the news yet. Also, what's very interesting to point out, there was a survey that came out, and this is from basically mainstream news. We're looking from Democrat and Republican stations are coming out and reporting this number now because it cannot be ignored, okay? It showed 75 to 80% of people are very worried about inflation, okay? They are waking up to reality. As usual, masses are always late to what's going on, to what's going to happen. So they're just really surprised. But my question to you is, and I'll tell you what I think, so if it's 75% of the people who are really worried about inflation, who are the 25%? That's a pretty big number if you're looking at 380, 400 million people in the United States. Obviously, we don't know exact number because the borders are still mostly wide open. So we have no idea. Let's just round it to 400 million people. So 25% is a huge number. Who are these people? I believe those are Democrat voters. They are the ones who are continuing to live on hopium and pretendium because they want to make it look like, okay, well, we made the right choice by voting for Biden, right? Now, if you're thinking this is about, picking left, right, Democrat, Republican, no, it is not. I can care less. I'm just pointing out the obvious. If Trump or any other rhino was in office, the same percentage would come out. You would see it about 75 or 80% of people are worried, and that 25 or 20% of people would be the Republican voters because they would pretend that all is good. And that's just the brainwashed population, unfortunately. I hope you're not one of them. If you were right now, you have a wake-up call. I've been telling you for a long time, it is one party against we the people. It is one party against the middle class. Right now, Biden, all of his policies are basically Keynesian economics. When he looks at, I'm talking about mostly, of course, monetary policies, no different than Trump's. If you say right now, well, when Trump was in office, gas was 50% cheaper. Yes, it was cheaper because it takes a while for inflation from all of that currency printing to spill out in different areas. Before, he was not hiding. It was just wide open, but most people, for some reason, ignore the fact that it still is in real estate, in your 401k. Okay? The inflation has been everywhere, is everywhere. It's now just showing up in areas that you need. So if Trump was reelected, maybe few other geopolitical decisions would have been a little different. Maybe your fill up for your gas tank would not be $70 right now or $60. Maybe it would have been $50, but you would have been watching major increase in so many goods and services, and it's all based on currency printing to infinity. That has consequences, okay? So this is something that a lot of people continue to ignore. I know you're not. I know you are not caught off guard by any of this. You are continuing to prepare. I would focus on any dividend-paying stocks that have been beaten up. Like for instance, AT&T has a high dividend. It jumped about 7% today. I don't think it's done. I think it's going way higher. It was just at the lows for the year not long ago. Look at those. I like Sibanye Stillwater. This is another stock that's been beaten down a lot. I believe AT&T is a safer play because it's backed up by these elites. But if precious metals do what I believe they're going to do in this decade, Sibanye, SBSW is a stock ticker, has really good dividends. You look at Exxon still, hoping for a big sell-off in energy, but it's just not happening. We had a short drop not long ago, and now, of course, it's back up. So Exxon has a really good dividend. Maybe some shipping carriers like Star Bulk Carrier, SBLK, I believe, is a stock ticker. I will write all of these down below. Again, this is not investing or trading advice, even though it sounds like it. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and why. I believe dividend-paying stocks should be at least a smaller portion of your play, and everything else in the things that you can hold in your hand, things that you can walk on, aka land, things you can touch, cattle, chickens, cigars, scotch, whiskey, wine, maybe even $2 wine. Fill up your garage. Guess what? It has long shelf life, and the longer it stays, the better. Things of the nature that are real are going to get priced, valued way higher. And I almost made a huge mistake by saying priced, because a lot of people will learn in this decade, and it could happen a lot sooner than later, the difference between value and price. Okay? So look at everything through a different lens, do your own due diligence, and you will do a lot better than most people. Take care. We will talk soon. In between, remember, keep preparing and continue to ignore all talking heads from the lamestream media.